Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the shop.
Morning.
It's been a while since I did a video on a flashlight, so before I left home today, I grabbed the old Burgess flashlight that I got those reproduction batteries in and figured I'd come out here to Dad's and find another flashlight that takes the same batteries as this. So we'll pop the batteries out of here and then I'm going to go look and see. I know we've got other flashlights out here that take this style of battery. I'll pull this out of here. I'll put a link to the video that I did on these reproduction batteries that I bought. Boy, that poor old wire is just barely there anymore. At the point where it attaches onto the switch, sometime I'm gonna have to solder a new wire on there. Those are the reproduction batteries that I bought that I showed in the video. They function, but they're nothing to brag about. But they work in this style flashlight. So I'm going to find another flashlight out here that takes that style of battery. Whoops, I left my jumper wire sitting out. Set that back down. Throw all the parts back in there, and I'll just set this one off to the side and let's go back and look. I know there's old flashlights and stuff. The shop is in disarray right now. Dad's in the middle of a deep cleaning of the shop. There's stuff drug out all over. But I know that back here on his stairs that go up to the upstairs, it's dark back here. Let's grab a light real quick. Let's shine a little light here. There's all kinds of flashlights here. He's literally got hundreds of flashlights, but I'm looking for one that takes the two big dry cell batteries. Oh, here's another gas iron there, and another gas iron sitting up there, and another gas iron sitting up there. There we go. I'm trying to hold. Give me a second to get stuff situated here. There we go. I got the camera and Dad's light with one hand, but I can see some big flashlights down there. Actually, that red one, I don't know, that actually looks kind of big. That might take, I don't know what kind of batteries that takes. Oh, there's more flashlights down there. Oh, I'm scurrying back into no man's land here, back underneath the stairs. Okay, I can't do this all with one hand. I'm gonna have to hold the camera over here and reach back in there. And let's look at this one. God dang, it's heavy. There we go. Let's look at this one. This might take those big number 6, I think, dry cell. Oh, those say number 16. I think they were also called the number 6 dry cell. Anyway, whatever they are, I think that might take those same kind of batteries. Okay, let's take a look at this thing and see exactly what we got here.
I don't know what brand that is.
I don't know either, but I'm going to start wiping it down. I grabbed this piece of one of our brown towels that was sitting over there. I think it had kerosene spilled on it, so it's already kind of oily, so it'll shine this up a little bit. Let's see here.
I keep that stuff dusted to protect it.
Yeah. Well, it obviously worked.
Yeah.
I don't know what that little button's for there.
I'm always thought maybe that was a focus of some sort, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it moves, but. Well, looking at it now, I wonder if it's, I don't know. Let's get the camera over here. I wonder if it's been repainted before.
Well, I'd say it has been.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's probably spray painted it at some point.
Spray bomb paint job.
Yep. But I'm not seeing, I thought maybe up here on the top, I'd see something. Nothing on the side, so I wonder, well, there's something inside. I can feel something moving around. But
I might have a piece of lead in there to counterbalance it or whatever.
there's oil running down the side of it. Does this thing burn oil?
Maybe I got a can of oil in there.
Alright, well, let's open this up and see what's in there. Oh, there's a piece of paper.
Does it tell the story on it? I do that once in a while.
I don't know, I can't get a hold of it. Big Beam 700 Mining Prospecting 1938 to 40. So you must have Googled this up at some point. And you're right, there is a piece of lead in there. That's why it was so damn heavy.
I did that to counterbalance it so it's fit up.
Let's see the bottom. There's oil dripping down the bottom of it. It must have, something with oil in it must have been up above it on one of the shelves up there, an old oil can or something. Well, the bottom's a little toasty, yeah. Yep. Probably had battery leak inside of it at some point. Well, I can see why you put the lead in there because it doesn't sit up at all. But yeah, somebody's definitely come in and gave this the old rattle can paint job at some point. It does look like these batteries probably would, yeah, they'll fit in there, but there's nothing. We'll have to put something at the top so they don't hit up against that, but I don't even know how I'm gonna tell. Like, honestly, I don't know if this was supposed to have this kind of battery or I don't think, it might be tall enough that it could have had, I don't know if it was, like, it's tall enough that it could have had, let's pop this apart.
You know, room in there for two of them.
Yeah, I wonder if it was made to have a couple of those in a series, because if it says, like, if you Googled it up at some point, it said mining prospecting. Hell, this isn't even an old battery. This is a new plastic battery. I'll bet it's got no power in it, though.
It's a new old battery.
Yeah. New enough it's got a barcode, but...
Or old new battery. There you go.
Anyhow, I wonder if this was meant to have two of those in there.
It's pretty good, doesn't it?
Well, no, there's no way to, the lid won't close once you got it in there, so it definitely wasn't meant to have two of those, plus two wouldn't really fill up the area in there. I don't know what that was meant to have. I'll have to
Google it again.
do a little more Googling on it and see if we can figure out exactly what that was supposed to have. So for the time being, I'll stick this back together. I need to get a battery like this and like the smaller square ones like this that we could try out some of the other flashlights we got that take this style of battery. No. If I can buy reproduction of the number 16 dry cells that take a USB charger to recharge them, I'll bet I can buy rechargeable ones of these old lantern batteries. Alright, let's set that off to the side. I guess close that back up. I don't know. The easiest way to tell what this is supposed to have might be to just take the bulb out of it and see if the base of the bulb says what voltage it's supposed to take. Alright, come on. Shouldn't be that difficult. There we go. I want to be careful. I don't want to drop this glass. Look at the curve to that glass. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see if this... Ooh, come on. That doesn't want to just pop right out of there. It's moving a little bit, but the... There we go. There, got the bulb popped out of there. Sometimes around the base of the bulbs, they will say what they are. The only thing I'm seeing on this one, yeah, I know the camera won't pick that up. There's a little GE at the bottom, and there's a number 1021. Google this up here, GE 1021 flashlight bulb.
Looks like a Model A headlight bulb.
Well, right off the bat, when I Google this up, I'm getting 4.5 volt, 1.25 amp, 4.5 volt, 1.25 amp hand lantern bulb, miniature bulb, 4.5 volts. So 4.5 volts is an odd amount of voltage.
Yes, it is. That would be 3 of them batteries. They're a volt and a half, aren't they?
Yeah. But I wonder how that, I don't know, that doesn't make much sense. But at least I know one thing now. If I wire 2 of them up together on there, it's not going to overpower this bulb.
No.
So we can probably put that in there to try it out. But I wonder if there was some kind of an antique battery that was a 4.5 volt. There were.
Yep. I'll be darned. Yep.
Yeah, I'll screenshot this and put it in, but there were 4.5 volt batteries. Huh. Interesting. Well, either way, we know that the 3 volts that I'm going to get by wiring these in a series are not going to overpower this, so we can try this out and see if it works. At least it's not going to be super bright, but we can at least try it out and see if it works, and then maybe I need to look into finding one of those kind of batteries. Makes sense to spend a bunch of money on a battery for this, and then we can use it once and set it back on the shelf for another 40 years.
Yeah, well, we could put that lead somewhere else then.
Yeah. No, because we probably wouldn't leave the battery in it anyway, because we don't want it to rot away and dissolve the flashlight. Alright, let's get my multimeter out here and check to see. It looks like that bulb's good, but I'll check for continuity through the bulb quick. That that. Now go to ohms and go to the lowest setting here, and we'll see what we get. Okay, I'll put the black lead, clamp that on there, touch the other one to the base, and we definitely, well, we were. It definitely is showing resistance, so my guess is that the bulb will work. Probably doesn't hurt to underdrive this antique bulb anyway, run a little less voltage through it than it's supposed to have. Because if I burn it out, then I'm going to have to buy a bulb off eBay to put back in this light so we can get the light working, so we can set it back on the shelf for another 40 years.
So we can use that battery you're going to buy.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a real downhill spiral when you start messing with stuff like this. Things get out of hand real quick. Alright, I guess since this glass is out of there, there's no time like the present to
Well, I have to go get the glass cleaner.
clean both sides of the glass.
Over here about the big window.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll get the paper towels.
Over here about the window.
Well, here's a roll that's got like 1.5 paper towels left on it, so I'll finish this one up. Yeah.
Glass cleaner's getting pretty empty. It's been hard on it here last few days.
Yeah, my niece graduated college and they're going to have her graduation party here at the shop. Last weekend, my oldest boy graduated high school and his first round of college courses that he was taking while he was in high school. So we had graduations all last weekend, and my niece's graduation. When was the ceremony for that?
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
A week and a half ago now.
So it's been busy, and the shop's getting clean so that they can have my niece's graduation party here, which is a good deal. The shop was getting, it was time for a deep cleaning in
I
here.
needed an excuse to clean it.
Sometimes it just needs something that gives you a little motivation to get going on a project like that. All right, let's pop this bulb back in here. I don't know, it's like a little bayonet fitting kind of, but I think they're,
Are they spaced differently?
yeah, I think they are.
Specifically.
Actually, no, I don't think they are, because this this only has one post and then the ground, so I'll bet they are spaced evenly. If it had two elements, then they'd probably be spaced so you could only get it in there one way. But all right, that goes back on there, and then our trim ring goes back around the outside. This might be easier like that, or I'm not fighting gravity and clumsiness both. Put my little bolt back through the bottom. Get on there. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, I guess I shouldn't have been so quick to put the multimeter away, because I can clip one of those wires from the multimeter to each of these leads and then flip the switch on and off and see if we get continuity that way to know whether or not the switch is working on here. So let's prop that back up where you might be able to see it in the camera here, and we'll clip one of these wires to that lead, the other one to that lead. Flip our meter back on. And try flipping the switch to the on position. Yep. It's working. All right. Yeah, I definitely see why that piece of lead was in there. That's an awkward flashlight.
Well, it won't set up right.
Yeah. Too top heavy. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera over all the other noise here in the shop, but the old International LA engine from, I don't know, 15 videos ago or so probably.
Yep.
I rolled it outside this morning and started it up, so it's sitting right outside the door putting away out there. So if you hear something making noise in the background, that's probably what you're hearing. Alright, to try these two batteries out in there, I'm going to have to wire them in a series, which there's no jumper wire in here, but I can just borrow the jumper wire out of my Burgess flashlight here. Use that for my jumper wire. But I think what I'm going to do, since these are not the absolute correct batteries for this, I think I might get some of Dad's painter's tape and put a loop of painter's tape around both sides of that just to hold both of them together.
Right back where you put it over there, and whip it on there backwards so that you can pull your paper.
Well, I don't think it will. I think this is pretty stout paper on there, and this blue tape peels off easily, so I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna just put a loop of this around here. There we go. We'll just put a couple loops of that around here. These batteries are kind of chintzy, but they get the job done.
And they kind of look the part.
Yep. We'll put our jumper wire between those two batteries, going from the positive on one to the negative on the other, so that we're wiring these in a series. Then when it's said and done, I'm gonna lay these on their side in there, but I'm gonna wire it, and then I'm gonna put a strip of tape across the tops of this because there's no insulation in here. This is obviously made for a different kind of battery, but we can make these batteries work to try it out and see if the old flashlight's gonna work or not. I don't know which one's positive and which one's negative here. The wires are both brown, but I also don't know that it really makes any difference at all. So we'll just go one to one and the other to the other and call that good enough. I guess before I go, here, yeah, we'll just, let's, put a little strip of tape over the top like that on each one so that it can't hit against the inside of the case and short out. Be good enough for just trying this thing out. All right. Lay those down in there. Yeah, this definitely was made for some different sort of battery because there's a ton of extra room in there, but do our little end latches on there. Let's see if that bulb lights when I flip the switch forward. Sure does. That's not too bad. I can see it on the wall over there.
Well, it's the first time it's been lit since I've owned it.
Pretty cool. I should have shined up that reflector in there a little bit when I had the cover off. Not taking it back off now though, that's for sure.
No, it's fine.
Pretty cool. Oh, let's see, it's not super dark in the paint booth, but it's kind of a mess in there now too, because like I said, we're in the middle of a deep cleaning. Let's go in here where it's darker than it is out there in the shop. There, you can see I'm 10 feet from the wall. It's got a pretty good focus beam, really. You can see the beam of the flashlight down there. Shuts off, comes back on. Pretty cool. Uh-oh, there we go. I thought I broke it already.
Jeez.
All right. Well, I think I will take this home with me tonight and I'll use it to put the chickens away. It won't be super bright. Like, remember, we're running this off of 1.5 volts less than that bulb is calling for. But I think it's bright enough we'll be able to shine it in and see the chickens sitting on their roost in the chicken house tonight. So I'll leave my old Burgess flashlight out here and take this one home with me tonight and use it to put the chickens away once it gets good and dark tonight. So that'll wrap it up for here at the shop. So say bye, Dad.
See you next week.
Yep. Well, I'll see you guys at home this evening after it gets good and dark. Okay, folks, we're here at home. It is, there we go, about 9 o'clock. It's finally good and dark out here. Let's go out back to the chicken coop. The flashlight really isn't doing too bad for not having as much voltage as it should have. Let's see. I don't know if you can pick it up. The camera never does it justice. I'm standing probably at least 50 feet away from the fence of the chicken coop and it's lighting it up good, but you just can't see it on the camera. There we go, about 30 feet away. Now you can see it shining on there. Oh, let's see if I can hold the flashlight and the camera both with one hand. Come on, there we go. And there's the chickens back there. They're all inside. Let's get the door shut. There you can see it reflecting on our white trailer. It's got a good bright finish. That's probably 50 or 60 feet away from where I'm standing right now. Well, it's bright when you're standing here staring right into it, that's for sure. Thanks for watching, folks. Please hit the like and the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Share the video if there's anybody you know that you think might enjoy this video. And come on back next week. We'll definitely have a video of something here for you to watch. Thanks again, folks.